My name's Mike.
My name's Dan.
And we are in Boston Manor, and today we are playing in Bristol at SWX. My first memory of music is probably when my mum used to play the Michael Jackson Dangerous album. I still listen to it to this day. I absolutely love that record.
My first memory is probably listening through the wall in his bedroom, probably playing stuff like Deftones and Korn. And it was loud and it was like obnoxious, and I was like, what is that?
My favourite band, I would say Deftones, Nirvana, Radiohead, and Nine Inch Nails.
I kind of wish I went first because basically the same thing. Hey, I remember you bought a bass, and then I was kind of like, wow, that's a sick instrument. I quite like that. So whenever he would like go out, I would sneak into his room and start playing his bass. I think we both got electric guitars at the same time.
We did, yeah. Got those encore guitars. The amp had like words on it like sizzle and beef under like the distortion thing
like
or whatever.
This big. Like,
Yeah,
sounded great.
Sounded really good. Yeah. First heard about Laney through, I guess, Black Sabbath. Tony Iommi is one of my favourite guitarists of all time. Pretty much like learned how to play guitar just based off his riffs.
The first time I kind of heard of Laney is just through being in the studio with Larry Hibbett. I was like, what's that cool amp in the corner and stuff? And he's like, oh, you should try this, that and the other. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Playing it was like it changed my life sort of thing. I was like, this sounds great. My setup is the Digbeth bass head, 500 watt, and a 4x10 cab. And I have two of those next to each other, which sounds amazing. I didn't think it would change the sound having just the one and then like adding the extra one, but when you actually put them together, you can change the dials and like have one like with like the mids like a certain way and the other one the mids the other way, and then you can blend the two together. And I've just been having so much fun dialing that in on this tour. So
I'm playing the Laney supergroup. I absolutely love it. I'm playing two right now on stage. I've got one mic'd up and then the other one's just for fun. Just turn it up as loud as I want on stage, which is kind of cool. And I've jumped the channels, so I feel like I've got like a really full body tone. The amp takes all of my pedals brilliantly as well. Yeah, I just absolutely love how it sounds. It's the happiest I've ever been with my guitar tone.
Just playing these first few shows on our headline tour, most of the crowd are singing all the new stuff, and which we're really trying to push for this tour, because the Sundiver Tour, and to see everyone singing all the lyrics already is like a bit mind-blowing for us. So
I think my favourite song that we've written together is probably Heat Me Up. I love that song. It's super vibey. It's got those kind of like almost like shoegazy verses and bridge, but it's also like got a pretty heavy chorus as well. I really love the way the guitars sound on that. Like Dan said earlier, we used a lot of Laney stuff in the studio, so we were able to really just like dial in those heavy, crushing guitar sounds.
My favourite gig is actually quite recent. It was only a few days ago. Manchester, Ritz.
Yeah.
Had all of our friends, all our family. Almost felt like a hometown show, and like everyone was there, like supporting us, family, friends. The show was sold out, and it just felt like a bit of an achievement for us, and just good vibes all together,
We've always been a band that has always played with energy, and we move around a lot, and we think that that's kind of like a big part of what Boston Manor is. We've kind of cultivated a crowd that has grown up with us knowing that. So they give it back just as much as we give out, and there's a lot of obviously like stage diving and crowd surfing. I guess people that come down to a Boston Manor show that know us know that they're in for a good time.
I wouldn't like to be in our crowd. It just looks a bit too dangerous for me.
Hey, this is Mike and Dan from Boston Manor, and we're super stoked to be part of the Laney family.